I don't know what you've been told, but everybody's a traitor. What's up? Hey, you. Hey, gorgeous. Let's go over a trade recap today. So, I took 3 trades today. I made $300, a little bit over $300 today. And it has dawned on me that simplicity is key. Ever since I simplified my trading strategy and just went all in on that trading strategy, things have changed for the better. Someone inboxed me today and they told me that they've dibbled and dabbled here and there in trading, but they can't get it. And she told me that she's been trying different strategies. She's been on YouTube. She's been on, social media posts, watching different people and all this stuff. And I told her, you could be a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Let's get into today's video. My name is Kendall, and I am rebuilding my life at 36, and I'm taking you along for the journey with finances, trading, homeschooling, living my life with my 2 kids, and just being me. So welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm going to be bringing you all my tips and tricks when it comes to trading, rebuilding, investing, all the things that I'm learning along the way. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I'm just gonna bring it to y'all raw how it is, because that's just how I am. So if you're new here, you're gonna get to know me. I'm a little wild, but it's okay. We're gonna get to it. So let's get into today's trades. I'm gonna walk you through a couple trades. I'm gonna leave you with some gems, and hopefully by the end of this video, you take something from it. One thing I got caught up in when I started my trading journey was looking around at everything. I was in signals groups, a couple of them. I looked on YouTube for advice, how to do this. And, once you get on YouTube and you start clicking around, you start seeing all these different strategies, right? And you start trying to try them because, all right, if they made money with this, I'm going to try this. Oh, but this person said that one don't work, but he said it works, but I'm going to try what they said. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try that. And once you get around to trying so many different things, by the time you're done with it, you don't have nothing. You tried nothing for real. So I finally realized that, okay, I need to lock in on one thing. Because I started everywhere. I was doing the orb strategy. I was doing supply and demand. Then someone tells me, oh, you need VWAP on your chart. Put VWAP on there. And I'm just like, well, what is VWAP? I never, I don't do VWAP. Oh, you need to do VWAP. That's a good one. So I put VWAP on there. Then they're like, oh, well, you also need the 9 and 20 EMAs. You need that as well. And oh, you need supply and demand. And I'm just like, by the time I was done, my chart was just looking like an entanglement, like a Christmas tree. It's just stuff everywhere, lines everywhere, supply and demand boxes everywhere. And it's just like, all right, I'm not getting this. And then I was losing money, making money, losing money. But what was going on was I was breaking even because I was losing just as much as I was making. Because as I'm in trades, I'm thinking, oh, let me do the orb and supply and demand and VWAP and look here and look there. And it's like, no. Simple is key when it comes to trading. Simple is key. Lock in on one strategy. And just do that strategy over and over. You know how to get really good at something? You have to keep doing it. So if you're doing supply and demand today and you try that for 2 days, and then tomorrow you start doing the orb, then the next day you start doing VWAP, and then the next day, you're not learning anything. You're not even giving yourself enough time to see if it works. Because if you think of trading as like data, you're getting data. Like every day that you journal your trades, every day you see where your entries and exits were, what time you traded, what strategy you're using. Every day that you use it consistently is giving you data, so you can know, okay, this does work for me. I just needed to lock in on this one thing. Once you find your strategy, stick with that strategy. So I use one simple strategy. I simplify my strategy so bad that it's like, it's getting better. I don't, one thing I'm not going to do is overcomplicate things. I just don't believe in it. It doesn't have to be complicated. So I deleted everything off my chart and I just started fresh, right? I started looking at my chart like, why do I need all this stuff? What do I need it for? What is it all here for? So VWAP, I don't use that anymore. I was using it for maybe, it's just been sitting on my chart. You know what I mean? It's like, why is it here? Because I'm not paying attention to it. I don't need it. Some people use that. I don't use that. Some people, what is the other one? What's the word I'm looking for? When it comes to me, I'll tell you. But it's another one that they're like, oh, are you looking at that level? Because you need to look at that. And I'm just like, no, I'm not using that to trade. Like, I trade pure price action. I'm going off of price action all day. That's it. Like, let's just keep it simple. I deleted everything. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to walk you through a trade I took today, how I use my simple strategy. And hopefully that helps you out, because I know it's tons of strategies on YouTube, but we're going to keep it simple over here. So I kept everything. So the only things I use on my chart is the 200 SMA. And I just started using it, and I love the 200 SMA now. It's like I should have, like, that's my thing. Simple moving average. And I look at the chart. If price is under the SMA, then I know it's going to stay down. It helps me to stay in my trades longer, basically. If it's above the SMA, same thing. So SMA 200, I do pre-market high and low. So every day I'm marking my pre-market high and low. One level, well, two levels, pre-market high and pre-market low. That means where price was at when the market, before the market opened. And then the last thing that I have on my chart is my orb level. So I trade the 5-minute orb. Sometimes I do the 15-minute orb. I've been interchanging it to see which one is better for me, but 5-minute has been consistently giving me my profit. So I'm liking the 5-minute orb. I created my own indicator that has all of these things built into it now. So now I really don't even have 3 things on my chart. I have 1. So my indicator actually fills out pre-market high and low for me. Not fills out, it marks it. So it draws the line for pre-market high and low. It draws my orb levels after the first 5 minutes of the market. And it also has the SMA 200 on there. And I also use the EMAs 9 and 20. So that is another one I do have on my chart, is the EMAs 9 and 20, because I like to see when they cross. When they're crossing, that's telling me that we are either moving to the upside or the downside. And since I am a kind of a scalper, that's important for me to have. So it helps you, again, stay in your trade, and it helps you to know when to get in your trade as well. With my indicator that I built, I've been testing it over the past, I made it in June, and now it is July. And so I'm going to test it for another 30 days just to make sure, it's good. But it's been consistently firing good entries. So that was one of the problems I had, was second guessing my entries. Like, I know it's a place I should get in, but I'm just like, I'll wait a little bit. But with my indicator, it has been telling me exactly where to get in. Like, I know what to look for when I'm getting into my trade, but my indicator is, what is the word? It is confirming that for me. You know what I mean? It's showing me like, hey, these are the conditions. The conditions are met. This is a high probability trade. This is a high point. This is a good point to get in the trade. And right here, get in right here. So ever since I've been using it for the past, I've been testing it out for the past week. Today's day 4 that I've tested it out. And I've had a green week. Minus the Tuesday when I lost 11%, but it was still green because, well, it wasn't still green. It ended red, but it was green at first. I let a good trade turn bad. So it's still indicated to get in at a good point. So that's all I have on my chart, is 3 simple things, 2 simple things. And now with my indicator, I just have 1 simple thing. So the reason why beginners fail, or not fail, but lose a lot of money in the beginning of trading, is simply that, like having too many things on their chart, not sticking to one strategy, and just listening to too many people. You know what I mean? You got to lock in. I always say, y'all probably gonna hear me say this a lot, like trading is for you. So you don't need a bunch of people telling you a bunch of different things. You got to learn the skill for yourself and learn what it is that you are going to learn your strategy, learn your thing, learn your way, and you'll succeed. Like when I was in the Discord groups in the beginning, it was rough. It was rough because you have so many people telling you and showing you what they took and what they not taken, and you start to think, oh, well, I shouldn't take that either, or I'm not going to look either. Or you'll have someone lose on something, and so you'll be like, oh, no, I might lose on this one. It's like, no, they probably didn't read something correctly, or they're probably not analyzing it correctly. You have to know what you're looking for and take your own trades. Learn to take your own trades. Like, I feel like trading is, I'm going to say this a lot, trading is for you. It's not for nobody else. It's you against them charts. So taking people's signals and being in these discords can sometimes it's a good thing. Like, don't get me wrong, you can learn a lot in a Discord, but sometimes, like, when you're taking people's signals, you don't know which way is what. Sometimes you need to know the why behind it. why am I taking this trade? Why am I getting into this rather than just taking the trade because someone said so? So I feel like that has people losing a lot of money as well, because when you listen to too many opinions, too many people telling you too many different things, it leads you nowhere. You got to lock in on one thing, one strategy, one thing. Learn your edge. Once you learn your edge, then you know, it's like water. It's like water. I feel like trading is 10% skill and 90% of your mindset. Somebody told me today 5% prayer too. So we'll add prayer in there, but it's really about your mindset. It's really about showing up to the charts, being disciplined every day, knowing what you're looking for, waiting for your strategy, waiting for your setup to happen, not just blindly going into a trade because you see some candles flickering, not exiting the trade because you see some candles flickering. So don't have too many things on your screen, and don't listen to so many people telling you so many different strategies. Try them out, sure, so you can figure out which one you like. But once you figure out which one you like and which one is coming easy for you to do it. Lock in on it. Go all in on that one strategy. The market rewards discipline. You keep it disciplined, you keep it calm. I'm telling you, you're going to reap the benefits. I'm telling you. When I first started my trading journey, I was all over the place. Like, I think I got off on a tangent. I was in so many different discords. You have people telling me signals here. You have someone giving me a watch list here. Look at these ones. And I would literally sit down and write down all this stuff. All right, I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to watch Microsoft SPY, QQQ. Somebody over here said AMD. I'm not going to miss nothing. And then what happened? Writing down all that stuff. I ended up missing good trades and not taking nothing, or taking things but losing money, but not finding things. How can I put it? So right now, SPY is my one that I watch. I'm watching SPY every single day. This is the stock that I'm locked on into. But writing all that stuff down, now I feel like I'm missing out. So now I'm clicking around on my screen. All right, let me go. They said, look at Tesla today. Look in the video. I'm gonna look around. And then what happens? I'm looking around, getting in on something that somebody else then took. Meanwhile, SPY had my perfect setup, and I ignored SPY because I was too busy looking around what everybody else was doing. No. I learned to stop doing that. I told myself, because I had to get real with myself. I'm like, I ain't gonna make it with this if I don't lock in on something. I gotta lock in on my strategy. I have to stop clicking around on the charts and looking at what everybody else is doing. I have to stop looking at what money people are making, because it's tricking my mind out. And I have to come up with my own thing, because if you depend on somebody else for a long time, it's sort of like a job. You still dependent on somebody else. No. So I'm like, I got to lock in on I don't want to wake up and have to be dependent on somebody else's call outs to take my trades. I want to be an independent. I want to trade for myself. I want to know that when I wake up, when I'm 60, I can hop on the charts because of my own skill and my own knowledge. I don't see me wanting to wake up and go in somebody's Discord waiting for them to tell me what to take. Like, how did that sound? Again, you can learn a lot from that. Like, I'm not saying it's anything wrong with alerts or call outs or anything like that, but I really want you to understand, to learn the why first. You know what I mean? Learn the why. Don't just take someone's signal. Actually know if you're going to take that signal to look at the chart on your own. Don't just hear somebody say, okay, I'm get in for 275 Apple, and then you just click a button and get in for 275 Apple, and then you're waiting for them to say, all right, getting out now, and then so now you're getting out. You need to look at the chart and know why they're getting an Apple. Why are you getting an Apple with them? There's been times I took someone's signal and my head is telling me, oh, you shouldn't get in this. This is not right. This is not right. They're wrong. And I got in anyway. And what happened? Oh, well, guys, it looks like I'm losing. I'm down 10%, down 15%. The person is steady saying it. And then I'm looking at my phone and I'm down too. And I'm just like, I knew not to take that. Why did I do that? It sucks more when you lose money because of something someone else said, rather than knowing like, okay, dang, I made a mistake. I got in this when I shouldn't have because of my own analysis, but my analysis was wrong today. It's worse when your analysis, you didn't have an analysis and you just got in because someone else said it. So again, alerts aren't bad. Signals aren't bad, I guess. Again, signals aren't bad if you are, it's like I'm trying to be like a good, like I don't want to knock anybody, you know what I mean? But signals are not bad if you know why you're getting in as well. Like if you know what you're doing. I guess that's the point that I'm trying to make with signals. So keep it simple with your trading. Keep it simple. Trade the same strategy every day. Trade the same tickers. Look at the same tickers. Don't be switching around. Learn your ticker and keep at it. Like my thing is buying QQQ. I'm gonna keep looking at it. Today, someone in the community told me like, hey, can we look at Microsoft? Like, what's up with Microsoft? And I randomly go to Microsoft, and I've never even looked at Microsoft before, but my indicator actually fired off while we were looking at the trade, and it said, hey, this is a good setup. So I took it. And what happened? I'm gonna put the thing here. Plus, I don't remember, it was like $170 something on Microsoft. And it's like, okay, all right, because it's a simple strategy. I'm not going off of, price levels from weeks ago and all that kind of stuff. I'm going off of pure price action right now. We looking at right now. So I got in a trade. I was in that trade for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll go over. I'll show you how it went using my strategy. And that's it. And as of late, like I've been really calm in my trades. Like I've been really, really calm. The other day I got in a trade and I went and made my coffee. Before, when I first started trading, I would have been like on the charts, like, all right, oh my God, what's going on? I gotta get out. I gotta like, calm down. It's okay. Your nervous system and being calm in your trade is the most important part of your trade. Because if you are nervous and you're flighty, you have anxiety and all this, your heart is beating, palpitations and all that, you're going to be getting in trades you have no business getting in. You're going to be getting out of trades you don't have no business getting out of. Hold your trades when you're supposed to hold your trades. Let it play out. The most times that I've been losing money, the times that I lost money was because I exited my trade too early. My bias, I've been reading these charts, y'all. My bias has been right. Even if it's a counter bias, like I'm getting in against the trend, but I see what it's doing, it's been right. But that anxiety and that antsy feeling, you gotta be a calm trader. Heal your nervous system. Get your nervous system together. Breathe. Know that you're making a good decision when you get in your trade. Trust yourself. Getting out of trades early, lose money, because I see it a little red, lose money, and then what happens? As soon as I get out of it, what happens? It continues on to my take profit level. So I've been calm, I've been chilling, I've been taking my trades. This has been a green week, and I've been waiting, letting it hit take profit, and getting out and going about my day. So this is what's going to set you apart as a trader. That's what's going to set you apart as a trader. That mindset and that anxiousness, that nervousness, let that go. It's so important. This is why I talk about, having a routine, getting enough sleep, moving your body, drinking water. All that stuff is important. And then that way, when you come to the charts, you have your coffee. I like to play like the lo-fi, the nice jazz, lo-fi, chill type of music. I listen to that. It calms me down. And then I wait for my set. I've been waiting. No rushing in the trades just because we see something moving and thinking we're going to miss out on something. No. So heal your nervous system. Be more calm in your trades. Be more disciplined in your lifestyle. And apply that to your trading journey. So let's get into the trade I took today. So we're going to replay this. So you're going to see my indicator at work as well. Okay, let's get into what happened today with today's trade. So one of my students in my community, she's like, let's look at Microsoft. Can we look at Microsoft? I have no idea why she said, let's look at Microsoft. But I went over there to check it out with her. And this is what happened. So this is actually pre-market. We'll let it, load up a little bit. And so my indicator automatically formed an orb here. It showed me my orb high and my orb low, and it marked off the pre-market high, and the pre-market low must be a little bit down there. So what I do is I just wait for it to break out of the orb. Since I'm a 5-minute strategy girl, I just wait for it to break this level. Either it's going to break this level or break this level. I wait for a retest, meaning it comes back to tap that level, and then I get in and I just ride it. So let's cover that. Let's hide that. So what happened was it broke this level, and this was right when we looked at it. So I got in, my indicator fired off. It says, hey, take a short. I got in, and then I wrote it down to about, let's see where it stops at. That's where I got out at. Boom. Boom. Oh, no, wait, I didn't, because this went to TP1, I believe. No, I don't think I got out of Microsoft yet. I'm lying. Let's shorten this so we can see what's going on here. So after my indicator fired here, it said, hey, get in for a short. It's under the 9 and 20 EMAs that they crossed around here. So I knew that that it's going to the downside. And boom, it hit TP1. Then I was out of there. I was out of there like swimwear. So it broke pre-market low. It broke my orb level. So this was a great textbook trade today. Like, it's crazy that she said, hey, can we look at Microsoft? And I did, and then look what happened. And it continued on. But we don't want to catch all of that. I mean, you can if you want to, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy with my TP1. My rule is to get out at my TP1, which my indicator also draws that for me too. So it puts different take profit levels. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And that's it. This was the trade today. And this was $173, something like that. Quick trade. This was about, let's see, each of these candles is the 5-minute time frame, 5 minutes. So I got in here 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. About 45 minutes in this trade. 45 minutes in this trade. I don't remember being in this trade this long. But here we are. Here we are. That's what happens. I was also on live this morning, so I was talking to my community. So who knows? We probably was in a trade for 45 minutes. But that was a good little, I might not have, oh wait, no, this is take profit 1. Okay, I'm about to say, I don't think I wrote it all the way down here. I didn't. I got out around here. But that's what it is. That is my simple strategy. I also took SPY today. And SPY pretty much did the same thing. Like, SPY did the same freaking thing. This is what I'm saying. So my strategy is super simple to the point that I'm using it on every ticker that I watch. So SPY did the same thing today. Pre-market low was marked. My orb high, my orb low was marked already for me. I'm testing this indicator out. People keep asking, like, are you dropping this? Like, I need it. And I'm just like, I'm testing it. Like, I can't just be releasing anything. But so far it's been working super, super great. If you want to know when this drops, get on her wealth room rate wait list. Whoever's on the wait list is going to be the first to know when this indicator drops. But anyway, orb low, pre-market low, our orbs are marked. And so all I'm waiting for is it to break and retest. And let's see what SPY is going to do. Come on, baby. Let's go. So this trade I actually took a little later in the day. This trade came around, oh yes, let me fast forward this a little bit. Because this trade actually came around almost 11 o'clock. It was like 10:50 when I got in this trade. So this is what I saw. I saw it started to break the orb. My indicator fired off. Hey, it's time for a short. I got in, dropped out of this area. I got ready for a short. My indicator fired and I wrote it down to here. Once I seen these candles kind of starting to be even, I got up out of there. So I got out of there around here. And that was the end of this trade. Quick SPY trade. And then QQQ pretty much looked the same way today. I actually took QQQ as well. And same thing. QQQ and SPY sometimes do similar things. So the same thing. When it broke out of this level, it retested. My short fired and I got in and I wrote it to TP1. That was it. Simple trade. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate this thing. You do not have to overcomplicate this thing at all. They want you to think it's hard. It's not hard. I'm telling you. Once you get your strategy down, it's all about mastering your mindset. If you want to learn how I do this step by step, I drop weekly lessons inside of her trading floor. Every week it's a new lesson. It's called the playbook. I might change it to her playbook. Everything might be her. But weekly lessons inside of her trading floor. If you are a beginner and you want a beginner friendly trading community, we start from the beginning. I mean, beginning as in, all right, let's open your brokerage today. Let's get it started from the ground up. I just don't want people to be overwhelmed with so much at once. So I'd love to have you. I'm gonna link that below. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.